Okay, so my name's Cassie, and I'm going to be reconfirming a couple things that Casey said. I also want to touch upon a couple things that Rafi has spoke about. Rafi covered binge drinkers. He spoke about the economy and how lowering the age to 18 will help the economy. He also spoke about DUI and traffic fatalities not necessarily being a factor when considering, well, not considered, a big a deal as if the age was actually lowered to 18. I would like to start out by saying that when we're talking about binge drinking, we also have to consider, the current statistics of alcohol dependence. A study done by the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administration named Alcohol Dependence or Abuse at Age of First Use, done by the Washington, D.C. Department of Health and Human Services. 95% of the 14 million people who are alcohol dependent actually began drinking before the age of 21. So this really can dismiss the problem of binge drinking and why we would actually want to lower the age when 95% of these people were under the age of 21. Also, we can consider social pressures when we do talk about binge drinking and people under the age of 21. A study done by Wilson called Law Office's Views on Enforcement of the Minimum Drinking Age, a 4-state study, stated that youth may not choose to drink or to drink less often because of decreased social acceptability or increased risk from their parent or legal authorities. Older youths and adults may furnish alcohol beverages to minors less frequently, and licensed alcohol outlets may sell to minors less frequently because of their perceptions that is illegal, morally wrong, or because they might be caught. So when we're talking about binge drinking, we'll have to consider long-term alcoholism as well as social pressures that 18-year-olds to 21-year-olds already face. Binge drinking does lead to other economical downfalls. When we talk about the economy being positively affected, we can also say that it will be negatively affected due to more people attending bars and nightclubs, etc. About half of drivers arrested for driving while intoxicated, DUI, or killed as alcohol-involved drivers in traffic crashes did their drinking at licensed establishments. So to let more people, it's not even just about being younger, to let more people go to these establishments just raises the statistics anyway. Also, neighborhoods with higher densities of bars, nightclubs, and other alcohol selling locations suffer more frequently assaults and other violent crimes. So we're not even just talking about more people going to these establishments and drinking and driving, we're also talking about a higher crime rate. And those are statistics from an examination of the criticisms of the legal minimum drinking age from the United States traffic safety perspective. Also, just another statistic for that, 76% of bars have sold alcohol to intoxicated patrons. So there's no real, at bars, there's no real, high security of who's allowed to leave and where they're allowed to leave and watching of people. Next, I would like to move on to what Ben and Rafi highly stress. They say that this is a right. They highly stress that if you go to war and you come back, you're 18, you've served our country, but you can't have a beer. Well, here's a couple other things, other age statistics. To go hunting, you have to be the age of 12. To drive, the age of 16. Of course, the military, 18. To serve at the House of Representatives, that's 25. To serve as the United States President, that's 35. Even to rent a car, 25. And rent a hotel room, 21. These minimum ages are set for a reason. If there wasn't a reason for them, they might be all the same, or maybe there wouldn't be an age limit at all. We have to look at the case of alcoholism and dependence and binge drinking and alcohol-related deaths as a very serious thing. Lowering the age limit will only contribute to all the above, like fatalities, accidents. This also the other problem, which isn't really pointed out quite yet, but lowering the, Casey did stress a little bit, lowering the drinking age, you also have to have a conversation about the maturity of 18-year-olds to 21s. They're obviously less mature, and I have a couple of statistics regarding DUIs and traffic fatalities. Surveys show that most common source of alcohol among 18 to 20-year-olds is their 21 to 24-year-old peers, and those people are more susceptible to alcohol-induced impairment of their driving skills. Drinking drivers aged 16 to 20 are twice as likely to be involved in fatal crashes as drinking drivers who are 21 or older. So when we're talking about the maturity of 18 to 21-year-olds, it's not as at the capability of someone who's 21-year-old or older who can make decisions on a more responsible basis. And then also touching upon the rights as well. We can also go back to many rulings where a U.S. court district ruled on December 22nd, 1978, that the minimum legal drinking age, 21, is reasonably related to the state objective of reducing highway crashes. So it's really going back to saving lives. And that the minimum legal drinking age of 21 withstands a constitutional challenge on 3 legal issues. Drinking alcohol is not a fundamental right guaranteed by the Constitution. Also, age is not inherently a suspect criteria for discrimination. And also, using the legal drinking age to prevent highway crashes has a rational basis in scientific evidence. And therefore, we should consider that binge drinking, helping the economy in a positive light, and DUI traffic fatalities as something that will not improve by lowering the drinking age.